people who have been in 12-step programs the longest know that their real addiction isn't alcohol, gambling, narcotics, sex, porn. That's not their addictions. Their true addiction is resentment. Resentment, what is it? Stored up, nursed, institutionalized, identity-defining anger and hatred. And sometimes really subtle. You wouldn't necessarily come across as, oh my gosh, that person is so angry. It's just an angry person. Not always. I don't know that many people would say, oh my gosh, Father Columba, it's just like seething with anger all the time. But in reality, I have piles of resentments. To be totally honest, I have found myself gossiping. And that came up in my prayer time. I'm like, okay, do I have any other resentments? Ooh, gossip. What does that mean? Right, so I could gossip about the brothers. I could gossip about my community. I gossip about the church, my family, anybody I meet, people online. But why do I gossip? And it hit me. Because I resent people. My list of resentments got really long. And then I started looking at that. It's like, okay, why do I gossip about people? Because I want to control people. There's something about how they act or how they be. There are idiosyncrasies that I don't like. And I want to change it. I want to change them somehow. I can't accept them. They may not have done anything wrong to me, but something about their being. So I'm going to maybe jokingly talk about how, oh my gosh, how annoying that is. Or, oh, did you see how so-and-so did such and such? And sometimes envy could get in there. So you've got jealousy and envy, and they're actually two different things. We typically when people are saying jealousy, often they mean envy. So envy is, I see you've got cool stuff, or I see that you're a cool way, and I get sad because I'm not that way, and I compare myself to you, and then in my head, you come out on top, therefore I'm less than. Jealousy is more about, let's say husband and wife, one of them is unfaithful. Well, then the one who was the victim of this unfaithfulness, they will feel jealousy because, it's this inappropriate, I have a right to this, your faithfulness, and you're not faithful to me. And then that, what that produces in the heart. And then there's loads of different variations on that. Envy, for me, I've recognized is very connected to the gossip thing or the resentment thing. And it has to do a lot with how I see myself and maybe the lies I believe about myself. And that I have to be better than everybody at something in my own opinion, or in my opinion of what other people's opinion are of me. And if I'm not amazing, then I get envious, and then I get resentful, and then I might start gossiping, or I might start doing other things. The other one I realized was passive aggression. Passive aggression. So aggression is where I'm directly to your face, being aggressive in some way. So if I want to control you, I'm going to directly try to control you. Passive aggression is, I want to control you, I want to change you, I want to fix you, but I'm not going to do it directly. So I might say joking things. No, I was only joking. With passive aggression, there's always plausible deniability, which means if I deny it, it's plausible. It's oh, okay. It's no, I didn't. I was only joking. It's okay, that's plausible. The other one I realized, obsessive thinking about some interaction. Something went a certain way, and then I find myself rerunning it and changing it so that I come out better. I come out on top. If that happens again, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to say. And then I do it again, and then I do it again, and then I do it again with no actual resolution. And I realize that's also based on a resentment, because I resent the way it happened first time off. I could resent myself because I didn't step up and wasn't courageous enough to actually do the direct communication, the loving, kind communication, to stand up for myself, to stand up for the other person, to be fair, just, honest, and courageously confrontative when I need to be. And guys, it's this institutionalized nurse thing. It's this, it's self-pity, and that's the form it kind of goes in, that one. It's oh yeah, no, I'm always the sick one, or I never get the good job, or I don't have friendships and connections like those other people. And there can be envy of them, and there also can be resentment towards God. There could be self-pity involved in there, and then it turns into this ooh. And it's kind of nice and attractive, isn't it? It feels sort of empowering, the self-righteousness. Yeah, so if I gossip or I want to gossip, it's because, as far as I can figure out, it's because I have a resentment. So if I deal with my resentments, if I resentment-proof my life, guess what happens to gossip? Now, maybe there'll be a temptation when somebody else is doing it, but it'll be way less tempting. But what can we do? We can use our temptation to gossip as a way to detect our resentments and then deal with them. So this is kind of, in a sense, it's all about detecting our resentments and then to do the work. Is there anybody I'd really like to have a good gossip about and I just hate the way they preach. I just hate the way they carry on. Just hate the way they never do the dishes right, or I hate the way they don't take out the rubbish, or they do jobs and they don't do it right. They don't do it the way I want them to do it. Okay, is there any of those from your day? I find it helpful maybe to journal about that a little bit, just to untangle, right, what's really going on? What in it was them? What in it was me? Need to untangle a bit of that. Is there something I actually need to go and talk to them about? Because it may not just be me. It may be, in fact, no, they did something that was really off. Okay, so I want to do a bit of work to detect that. Because if I just go ahead and forgive somebody and I haven't actually done the work of really listening to how angry I am or how resentful I am, how much hatred is in my heart, then that stuff's still in there. I've done the work of forgiving, but the ick is still inside. So I want to do a little bit of work, just being really, really honest. Kind of like the Psalms are, just like, sometimes to God, the Psalms are so honest. It's wonderful. So I will write honestly about what really annoys me there and try to get in. What's the core of the issue? Because often the core of the issue is actually me. Often if there's something about you that is annoying me, it's because you are something of a mirror and there's something of that in me. If I spot it, I got it. If I see it in you, it's probably in me. So I'll use that sometimes and say, okay, what is it really about them that's so annoying? Why do you really want to control them? So I will do a bit of that work, digging into the resentments towards myself because they're the primary ones, because I haven't yet believed the gospel. And doing this, unearthing the lie, it's like digging up a garden, so you've got some soil on top that's really soft and good and whatever else, but you need to dig down into the stuff that's become hard packed and then it's ceased to give its nutrients because it's just so locked up. And if you dig down, I know a guy dug like 6 foot down for his flower bed, digging down so that his flowers and his flowers garden is amazing. And we could do the same thing. We can have this amazing fruitfulness in our life if we'll do the work to dig down into those hard, awkward, painful places and use the things in our life, the temptations to act in a way that's not charitable, as a way to say, oh, there's something driving that. Check it out, guys. And I forgot the last step of getting rid of resentment. So we want to spot the resentments. We want to maybe, dig in there and vent a little bit and see what the real root is. And then we want to forgive. Say, okay, God, I forgive this person. In my imagination, I'll often even say it to them. I forgive you. I let you go. I accept you. I surrender. And then I might even say, and I love you. All right, guys. Bless you. I hope that's helpful. Bye-bye. I'm really resentful of that noise.